No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Something is about to break.
Hey friends, welcome back to the About to Break podcast. I'm your host, Taylor Hughes. I'm currently sitting in the San Francisco airport getting ready to head to a corporate event in Eureka, California. I was home for like 6 hours. We drove home yesterday from Lake Tahoe, where I'd been for a week at the Loft. Amazing shows, killer audiences, and the new stuff's coming along. I've been working on some new bits and routines, and I'm pretty pumped. It was a great week of just doing a couple of shows a night and trying stuff out. So I'm stoked. I'm gearing up for the summer. We're gonna be in Branson for 6 weeks. Woo! I don't know how ready I am for that, but it's happening. So I'm ready on the show side. I don't know if I'm ready on the emotional side of being away from LA that long. But the family's going with me, so it's going to be great. And yeah, I'm doing this corporate event today, and then in 2 days, Katie and I fly to Europe. We're going for vacation. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be a little bit of rest. I'm looking forward to it. I want to thank everyone who's been sharing the show with friends and on social media, who's been leaving us 5-star reviews on iTunes. That makes a huge difference. And thank you for using the break line. We've set up the break line. It's 323-524-7456. Again, 323-524-7456. This is just a place where you can share your thoughts, concerns about life in the entertainment business. As you know, this show is not a how-to guide. It's more of a survival guide. And I'm stoked because this week we got a call from Jerry.
Hey, what's going on, Taylor? It's Jerry. I just wanted to check in with you and kind of let you know a little bit about what's been going on my side, because I am utterly terrified. So I've committed myself to doing the show at a black box theater. It's going to be ticketed and it's available to the public, and I have to convince people to pay money to come see me perform, which is really that different from asking people to pay me money to go to their house and do a show. But now I'm asking friends, family, coworkers, and even strangers to try to come out. And having the ability to know just how many tickets I've already sold is not really helping the situation. It's making me pretty damn nervous, equal parts really excited, and just anxious as all hell.
Jerry, I'm so stinking proud of you, man. Way to go. Way to step out there, get out of your comfort zone, try something new. And, the shows are going to go great, but what you learn from these shows are going to be even better. So good for you, man. We're proud of you. We're rooting you on. And we're also excited because this week is the third and final segment of our return guest series. We've had great conversations the last couple weeks with Mark James and Eddie Firth, just talking about in the last year all that's happened in their life. And this week we have my friend Stephanie McBain, a good friend of the show. She's an amazing independent director, filmmaker. She wrote, directed, and funded her own movie, Roads, Trees, and Honeybees, and it's now available for rent or purchase on iTunes. Go check it out. Go check it out, friends. It's amazing, and this conversation is amazing. I know you're going to enjoy it. I gotta go jump on a plane. Okay, all right. You guys have fun. Listen to Stephanie, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and next week's episode is so cool, but I'm gonna leave a little suspense. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Hey friends, welcome back to the About to Break podcast. I'm so excited. We're doing this series right now where I'm reconnecting with some of our favorite friends from the past who have been on the episodes. And this week, I'm excited to be sitting down once again with my friend Stephanie McBain. How are you, Stephanie?
Thank you for having me back. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm so grateful that you would do it. I was dying because it was probably maybe a year ago that we talked on the podcast.
Before, because it was before we even shot the movie, right?
Yeah, you had written the movie and you were in like pre-production stuff, like you were getting ready. You were doing casting, because the day I came and met you at your space in LA, you guys were going to be doing casting that day, or some of the casting.
Okay, yeah. So we shot the movie in August of 2017. So
holy moly,
a little over a year. if I do the math right, which maybe I don't.
Yeah. Like a year and 4 months or something like that. It's crazy. Okay, so this is what's awesome, because I wanted to take some time to like connect with folks who we talked about exciting things happening, and then the exciting things actually occurred. So catch us up. You had written a movie the last we talked, and if folks haven't listened to that episode, I'll put a link here. You can go back and listen to my first conversation on the show with Stephanie. But this was your first feature film that you had written and were also directing.
And I also financed it too.
Like
it was one of those things, like no one's going to give you money to do something, and I've just tried forever. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do it myself. Completely changed my life around. But you have to. Small sacrifices. I'm so proud of the product. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Maybe after like a couple months of rest, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of work outside of the film to pay for the work of the film, right? I mean,
exactly. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy with it. And if I didn't take that leap, I might not have a film.
The last time we talked on the podcast, you were just in the process of like putting all the pieces together. So catch us up, doing the production of your own feature film. What was that experience like?
Well, I got to say I had a great team. Yeah. I really did. Christy Kilday, she's the owner of KO Creative, the one at the office that we met at. And she produced it, and her company edited it for us. And she was a huge mentor to me going through this whole process. I learned so much, and I feel like her kind of holding my hand throughout the process and then letting me go a little bit, and then, holding my hand again was really, really helpful. So I have to give her a lot of credit for this even happening. I mean, our goal was to do a studio looking movie on an indie budget. Right. And I think we successfully did that. I'm very, very, very proud of this piece. I mean, my first feature film, roller coaster ride, lots of lessons learned, lots of mistakes. It's like raising a kid. You just make mistakes, but you still have to raise them. So you fix it and you go on. And, I'm proud. I'm so proud of it.
What was one of the biggest surprise moments for you? You talk about learning from your mistakes. Was there a moment that stands out where you were like, we've got to do this?
I think it was on set, just knowing that you are the director and you might be younger than everybody on this set, but you are in charge, and you kind of just have to, like, you need to air that confidence, whether you really know what you're going to do or if you're going to make your day or whatnot. You're like, no, this is what we're doing, and you have to take charge, because then people will listen to you and trust you, and you'll get everybody working together as a team.
But just having the confidence of like settling into that role.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was my first time directing, and some of these people have been on sets like forever. We had right. Chris Mulkey on so many sets, and he was such a sweetheart and great to work with. They all were, but just taking that initiative and being like, I got this.
Right. And this was like no small production. Like, you guys did, how many different locations were you at?
Oh my God. I think we had 18 locations and 10 days to shoot it, and 40 something characters. I mean, it was a pretty big, script. I mean, it had kids in it. Right. It had animals in it. I mean, there's different laws for those when you're filming.
Right.
So it was, and green screen. I mean, it was, I kind of in one movie, so I feel like I could get that learning experience on all those things in one.
Right.
Really jump the education.
Right. Yeah. There's nothing like it's trial by fire. You just jumped full board into it. I mean, 10 days in 18 different locations just sounds crazy to me.
Yeah. I mean, some of our locations doubled up a little bit, like if we were in a sound stage, but remember we shot over my birthday. So when I turned 25, they surprised me with a cake. It was really fun. And I remember it because it was over the solar eclipse. It was August 21st of 2017. So the eclipse was out there in the daylight. You could put the glasses on. It was just a very fun day at set. But that day, we only had the location for 12 hours, but 10 hours to shoot, 2 hours to kind of set up and take down. And we shot 13 pages.
Wow.
Which was our record.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how we did it. The day's kind of a blur, the shooting day. It was like, go, go, go. You get into the editing room and you realize like half the scenes, they're great, but they just didn't make the final cut. So I was like, But
well,
I guess that's movie making,
right.
You shoot, you have the footage in case you need it.
Well, and this really was, this whole project was your baby. You had written it, you were directing it, you had financed it. So what was it like when you were there on set and now all the pieces are coming together? Was it exciting? Was it nerve-wracking? Was it a little of both? Do you remember any of it? Or were you just like, go, 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 go?
I remember bits and pieces, but I really was in that mode. And I was editing all the time. I had a fan. I have a fan that I bring with me, like one of those, not like the electric fans, like a old school.
like a church fan. Right.
I put it on like in between takes, and I feel like it was just my way to get out my nervous energy and my and keep me, like reminding myself, cool down, Stephanie, cool down.
Just breathe.
Yeah, but it was great, like my heart's in it. My heart's in every piece of this film.
Right.
From the script to pre-production, production, post, working with the composers and the editors. It's, now we're trying to market it and get it out there for people to see, which is also a new chapter where I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to do social media. And what? So, we try to work Zoom. It's been an experience. My favorite day on set, though, I will say, like that I kind of was able to finally relax at the end was our last day of shooting. Have you seen the movie?
Not yet. Yeah. No, we've got it queued up. Katie and I are going to watch it tonight.
Oh, yay. Well, let me know your thoughts after.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we're shooting with a rain machine, and it was the best day of my life.
Why so? Just because it doesn't rain in LA?
Well, that's the thing. And this is the story that, I like making movies, because there's stories on set that you get that people won't get from the movie. Right. But they were trying, producers and stuff were telling me like, you should take out the rain scene. You should, because how are we going to get enough kites to block the sun and this and that? And I changed it a little bit, but I still was like, no, like I need it. And the last day of shooting, we shot the rain scene, and out of nowhere, clouds came over the sky from the hills. It was 106 degrees in Sun Valley. We put the rain machine on. It was amazing. We have one shot to get it because we can't have the actors go back up and get
right. You got wardrobe and all that stuff.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. So one shot, and then that was our last day of shooting too. So we called Rap, end of production, and or principal photography, and out of nowhere the sun comes back out. So we get this amazing end of shoot picture with everybody with the sun out, and we only went through a half a tank of water, and I paid for a full tank. So we just let go, and I was dancing so much. It was fun. Oh, that's amazing. What a memory to be able to have, and to have the whole cast and crew there be enjoying that moment, The producers came, like rolled up on set with everybody's final check and was like, you definitely have angels watching you, because we did not know how you were going to get that sky and for you. And I was like, yeah, it all kind of fit. I'm really happy with that moment. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Talk to me a little bit about, because I know there's so much that goes into making a film, but I really want to hear, when we first talked about it, I heard like the excitement and the joy and the passion that you had for this project. Take me to that moment when you first see the screening of it, when you see the film, like from start to finish. What is that moment like for you? Well, we actually, it was cool to see it even on the monitor at our first shot. I was like, oh my God, this looks good. I was shocked, but it's a huge confidence boost. It's like, yeah, you do have an act for this. And, in the editing room, I saw it and I would watch footage at home, but we actually had a cast and crew screening right before the release date, and we rented out a screening room, and it was the first time I saw it on a big screen.
Wow.
I gotta tell you, I did cry. Teary-eyed. It was just like overwhelming and surreal. Yeah.
It's so cool. Stephanie, I remember, after we first started talking about your film and just the multiple films that are already in your head and haven't come to fruition yet. I just remember like this contagious excitement that you had, and the fact that, in this industry, so many people are waiting for an opportunity. They're waiting for somebody to pay for something. They're waiting for someone to invite them to something. And I feel like in this whole process, you just said, this is my vision. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to figure it out. And it wasn't, I don't even think the film was completed and you were already working on the next one. Where does that drive come from for you? Like most people in this town would be like, well, I'm not getting getting asked to do the things. And it's like, no, you made a parade and you stood in front of it. Like, where does that drive come from?
I got to tell you, it's probably like a little bit of my work ethic growing up. I think on the last one we talked about the 3 jobs that I had.
Yeah, we talked about the Midwest work ethic.
Yeah. And still working the 2 jobs out here while doing that film and the other one. And I think it's just like, my parents always said, you can have everything you want in this world as long as you're willing to work for it.
Right.
And I don't like to wait, though I'm learning patience in this process. Because like the movie we shot for 10 days and was in post for like 13 months, Mm-hmm. So I am learning patience throughout this process. But I also, when I first moved down to LA, gave myself 10 years. And I moved down in August of 2010. And that's because a professor of mine said it takes 10 years to make an overnight success. So I was like, all right, 10 years, I can do it. And not that you should give up after 10 years if it hasn't happened. But for me, I will procrastinate forever until I have like a deadline. It's either do it or don't.
Right.
And that was kind of a realization for me after being turned away from so many people. I was just like, all right, if you're going to do it, just do it. I also, like right before I decided to finance it myself, and that was really the pushing point for me, I abruptly got sick, and I've never had like medical issues my entire life. And I just had pain and was in the hospital and went into an emergency surgery and had an open surgery a month later. And after I recovered from that, I was kind of just like, whatever, just do it. It was a mindset that I was like, I have the support system, I have an amazing family. Right. I do have jobs that I don't think are going to let me go anytime soon. Right. So like, you still have a roof over your head and you can eat. So let's just invest all you got.
That's amazing. And you've done it. And now you get to see, not only you get to see, but everyone gets to see. It's fun to watch a movie. It's another thing to watch a movie and know the person that dreamed that up. And I'm so proud of you. I'm just so excited for this journey. What's next with this film? I know that it's released now. It's available on a bunch of different platforms. People can go right now and they can rent it on iTunes or they can get it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on a lot of the VOD platforms. So iTunes, Amazon, DirecTV, Vudu, PlayStation, Xbox. We got quite a few of them. We're going to keep pushing it. It's basically getting the word out there. It's a family-friendly, inspirational film. Yep. And I've been getting so much great feedback from people who have watched it. It's overwhelming how much love people are giving, for the film, of all ages too. And that's what's really amazing, is that it's something that in the movie you can be inspired at any age.
Oh, that's great. It's we've got 2 girls and they are 11 and 13 now. And it's rare that you can watch a movie that mom, dad, and the kids can all get something out of and enjoy and connect with, wherever they're at and whatever they're going through. So that's pretty rad that you hit the nail on the head with that.
I feel like we need some more good news out there, you know? Like life is a journey, and I always say, like, if life dealt you a perfect hand, there'd be no game to play. You know, so you really gotta like enjoy the game. Like the glass is always half full.
Right.
Even when it doesn't feel like it is. And that's what we kind of put into the movie, that mentality.
What is the absolute best way for people to support, you know, getting the word out about this movie? I mean, obviously, download it, watch it, share it with a friend.
If you can watch it, if you could write a review on the platform, a good review.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. And then sharing it with friends and family and, you know, on social media.
Yep.
Instagram. We have an Instagram for it. It's honeybee_movie.
Okay.
And then I also have my Instagram. It's McBain Entertainment.
Yep.
I'm on it more so when we're in production.
Right.
But if you want to follow those, that's cool. We're talking about our next projects coming up on McBain Entertainment as well. You know, this movie already got another one of mine greenlit, which we shot last year, and it's actually coming out holiday season of this year. So that was already, you know, really amazing. And that's called A Kiss on Candy Cane Lane. Yeah. And then I have 2 more scripts that I've literally finished and put my lookbook together. I'm talking like my locations, ideal locations for every scene.
Yeah.
My wish list cast, the character breakdown for the roles that I'll be casting, literally everything. And I'm just waiting for that green light. So it's a good way to keep up with what's happening there. But again, this is my baby, Roads, Trees, and Honeybees. And please watch it and tell everyone you know. And I'm dropping like postcards all across town. Like there's no shame. You know, we're doing the social media stuff, but I'm still an old school kind of person where I'm like,
oh yeah,
here, take this card. You know, I think when people have it just laying there, they'll be like, oh, what am I doing this Tuesday night? Maybe I'll watch a good movie.
Yeah, there's something about, you know, everything is digital now. So sometimes it's the analog stuff that tends to break through and, you know, get your attention. You know, everyone's just swiping, scrolling. And so seeing a postcard or something that's gonna strike their interest would be great. I'm going to put links to all of this stuff. Everything you just mentioned, I'm going to put a link to. Is there a preferred platform we should be watching the film on, like, or reviewing on? Is there one that we really want to put some energy behind? Or
I mean, iTunes and Amazon, I think. I don't know. I say that because I have those.
Right,
Vudu's also great. I didn't know about Vudu until we got this, and I've looked into them, and it's Walmart. I didn't know that.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah. So that's kind of really cool.
Okay, cool.
But, you know, I just want people to see it. So whatever platform you go to, I'll be good.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to be picky.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna go, you know, blast reviews out there, let everyone know how much we love the film. Yeah, friends, go do it. Download it, watch it. What are you most excited about right now, coming off of just releasing this project and, you know, having already filmed another one? What are you looking forward to right now, Stephanie?
I'm looking forward to the future, definitely. I mean, the response is so overwhelming that it's great, and you have kind of like an emotional like doubts, and then you're like, no, I love it, and then you're like, oh, is it good enough? And then this and that until it's released, and once it was released, you just kind of like, here you go, world, let it fly. And the response that I'm getting is just so inspiring. I'm like, I do want to do another one, you know? I want the money back so I can put the money back into another film.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I'm just excited.
Oh, it's so rad. It's so rad. Well, we're all cheering for you. We're so stoked. We are. Oh man, it's so fun to be able to see people do the thing that they were meant to do, and you're doing it, Stephanie. So
thank you so much for having me. I'll come back anytime.
Oh,
you
yeah.
say the word.
Oh, we will do it again. I'm gonna hit stop on this recording. We can keep talking for a second here.